So, in the last video, we looked at building your reading list to help reclaim your authentic masculinity. In that video, I gave some examples of books to read, and I mentioned a few books that I read. And one of those books that I mentioned was, several books, was from Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the creator of Sherlock Holmes. And that got me to thinking, well, what in those books can we learn about reclaiming authentic masculinity through looking at the life of Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Watson, and the creator, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle? Because Sherlock was probably is the world's most famous detective, and his loyal companion, Dr. Watson. These two characters have captivated the minds of readers for over a century. Created by Sir Conan Doyle, they're more than just literary icons. They offer profound insights into the principles of authentic masculinity. Through Sherlock's sharp intellect and Dr. Watson's steadfast loyalty, and Sir Doyle's perspective as the creator of these adventures, we can extract some lessons that resonate with modern man striving to reclaim his masculinity. So let's look at what they can teach us about leadership, about emotional balance, about loyalty, about purpose. All of these things that are hallmarks of true, authentic masculinity. Well, let's look at Sherlock first. Sherlock Holmes, he is the epitome of the power of focus and purpose. He is a prime example of intellectual mastery. He's relentless in the pursuit of truth, and his ability to cut through distractions gives us a blueprint for living with focus and purpose. He dedicates himself. It's a blueprint for living with focus and purpose. He dedicates himself fully to his craft, embodying the ideas that authentic masculinity requires a man to find his calling and pursue it with unyielding determination. And some of the key lessons that he teaches us is to master your craft. Holmes is consistently and constantly honing his skills, whether it's through scientific experimentation, boxing, or playing the violin. His examples show that excellence in any area demands that we dedicate and practice. He's a great example in showing how to control your emotions. He's known for his cool, rational demeanor. While this doesn't mean suppressing emotions, it does highlight the importance of managing them to make some sound decisions. Emotional regulation is essential for authentic masculinity. And Holmes lives with purpose. He doesn't waste time on trivialities. His life is driven by solving problems and uncovering truths. And similarly, we as men should identify our purpose and align our actions to it. So what about Sherlock Holmes and modern masculinity? As we've said so many times before, this world's filled with distractions. Sherlock reminds us of the importance of focus. We're pulled in so many different directions nowadays, but Holmes' singular dedication to his mission is a call to cut through the noise and pursue what truly matters. Then we have Dr. Watson. He's a picture of loyalty, empathy, balance. So while Sherlock is the mental powerhouse of the duo, Watson represents the heart, his loyalty, his emotional intelligence, his ability to ground Sherlock, provide a balance that highlights another essential aspect of the picture of authentic masculinity, and that's the importance of relationships. And some key lessons that we can learn from Dr. Watson: be loyal and reliable. Watson's unwavering loyalty to Holmes is one of the most enduring aspects of their partnership. He's dependable. He's always ready to assist and help, even when the situations are dangerous or perplexing. He teaches us to embrace emotional connection. Watson's is a lot more emotionally expressive than Sherlock, and his empathy many times bridges the gap between Holmes and the people that they're helping. Authentic masculinity isn't just about stoic strength, though. It's about connecting with others, building trust. And then we're to be a complement. Not a rival. Watson doesn't compete with Holmes. He complements him. He accepts Holmes' brilliance while bringing his own strengths to the table, showing that masculinity is not about dominance, but about collaboration, about working together. So what can we learn about our modern masculinity from Watson from over 100 years ago? Well, his example challenges the stereotype that masculinity has to be hyper-independent. Instead, he demonstrates that true strength lies in building and maintaining those meaningful relationships, offering support, knowing when to lead and knowing when to follow. Then the creator, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Let's look at this from his perspective. His life adds another layer of exploration to masculinity. As the man behind Holmes and Watson, Doyle infused his own experiences, his own values, his own philosophies into their stories. His life as a physician, an adventurer, and a writer reflect that multifaceted approach to masculinity. So what are some things that we can learn from him, the creator of Holmes and Watson? Well, one, to pursue a multifaceted life. Doyle wasn't just a writer. He was a physician. He was a sportsman. He was a spiritualist. His life underscores the importance of embracing diverse interests and skills, which enrich a man's character and his worldview. He teaches us how to stay firm in our beliefs. He wasn't afraid to explore controversial topics such as spiritualism, despite the critics. And authentic masculinity requires the courage to stand by your convictions, even when they go against the grain. And to create with purpose. Through his writing, he sought to entertain, to challenge, to inspire. We're creators by nature. Whether we're building careers, families, communities, we're creating. And creating with a purpose is a hallmark of authentic masculinity. So what can Doyle teach us, the modern man, about authentic masculinity? Well, his legacy reminds us to live expansively. Masculinity is not confined to one role or identity. It's about embracing all facets of who you are, leaving a lasting impact through your actions and creations. And this dynamic between Holmes and Watson, this collaboration, this brotherhood, is one of the most powerful lessons that we can learn from Holmes and Watson, this value of collaboration. Holmes' analytical mind and brilliance and Watson's grounded support create a partnership that's stronger than either man could be alone. Their relationship exemplifies the importance of brotherhood and shared purpose in this authentic masculinity. And the lessons that we can take away from their partnership is recognize strengths in others. Holmes and Watson didn't compete for dominance. They respected each other's strengths and they used them to achieve shared goals. They were accountable to one another. Watson often holds Holmes accountable, questioning his decision. And sometimes that's what has to be done. We have to question the decision of others. This accountability strengthens our bonds and ensures that our partnerships remain effective. And we learn to share the journey. So masculinity does not have to be a solo endeavor. Holmes and Watson show us that having someone to share challenges and triumphs with can amplify our growth and success.